Thank you, and good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Williams. I'm the president of New Pacific Metals, a company that's discovering and developing world-class silver and gold deposits in Bolivia. And up on our screen is a nice snapshot of our first project that brought us to the country in 2017, Silver Sand, which has now become one of the most significant global primary silver discoveries of this past decade. Please note I'll be making forward-looking statements during this presentation. So why New Pacific? Well, my colleague Lon gave us a sneak preview, but on the left side of the page is our Silver Sand project, our most advanced of three. It's a large, pure silver deposit amenable to open pit mining and processing via tank leaching. And we released a preliminary economic assessment at Silver Sand in January of this year, outlining a 4 million ton per annum plant producing 171 million ounces of payable silver over a 14-year open pit mine life, yielding an after-tax net present value of $726 million and a 39% IRR. Silver Sand is a company-making asset in and of itself, and if that wasn't enough, the company followed it up in late 2021 and made a second major discovery in the country at our Carangas project, which is on the middle of the slide. And we drilled 35 holes at Carangas in late 2021, 13,000 meters, and we discovered a 1,000-meter strike extent, 800-meter silver horizon overlying a broad gold zone. And that gold zone at depth has really been the story that's emerged at Carangas in the last 6 to 12 months and has really escalated the geological significance of this discovery. Last year, we drilled at a rapid pace, 50,000 meters with 5 rigs in 115 holes, and we hit gold or silver in every single hole that we drilled. And we're continuing to drill in the first quarter of this year with those 5 rigs, 15,000 meters, and plan to release our inaugural resource update or estimate at Carangas in the middle of this year. And our last but not least, on the right side of the screen is our Silver Strike project. Also in Bolivia, it's by far our largest land position. There's extensive mining dumps littered throughout the project. We drilled some scout holes in 2022, hit 200 meters at a gram right at surface, and consider Silver Strike to be highly prospective for both Silver Sand and Carangas styles of mineralization. So how have we been so successful in Bolivia? Well, the first bullet point suggests that maybe we can't take all the credit. The geology in the country is unbelievable. Bolivia is home to the 3 billion ounce Cerro Rico deposit, which has been continuously operating since 1545. You can see on the map as well, it's on trend with Chile, Peru, and Argentina, which are home to some of the world's great mines. And we know that Mother Nature doesn't tend to respect man-made borders when depositing metals. Bolivia's also got a deep mining culture. It's responsible for 30% of the national economy, and in 2021, it ranked as the 8th largest silver producer globally. And the third bullet point on this slide has been the most relevant to us. It's been completely underexplored in the past 20 years. And we came in and made the Silver Sand discovery, and we came in 2017. And with that discovery, developed a reputation in the country as a reliable and trustworthy partner, and we were able to leverage those relationships and that status to acquire Carangas and Silver Strike, with Carangas being the most recent project to bear significant fruit for the company. So we released our PEA earlier this year. This slide gives you an overview of some of the key metrics. It's an outstanding project, open pit mining strip ratio 3.6 to 1. That includes a pre-strip. When we're going to be operating, it'll be closer to 3 to 1. 4 million ton per annum plant, 11,000 tons a day, completely in the wheelhouse for a company of our size and scale to finance and build. 107 grams per ton silver on a gold equivalent basis. That's almost 1.5 grams for an open pit. Again, just a truly outstanding high-grade project. And capital cost initially $307 million, which for our market cap, which is roughly 400 million US today, it's something that's entirely buildable for our company. Just a couple other points to highlight. In the first 4 years of production, which I'll show you on the next slide, the Silver Sand project is expected to produce almost 60 million ounces per year of silver. And that is what contributes to the less than 2-year after-tax payback period on this project. And 16 million ounce per year of silver. To put that into context, silver industry giant Hecla, their 2023 silver guidance is for between 16 to 17.5 million ounces of silver from its 3 primary silver mines combined. So this asset is truly of incredible scale, and given the high grade, low capital aspect of this project, it's a project that we're thrilled to have made the discovery on and continue to advance it rapidly. And then in the wake of that discovery came Carangas. And Carangas is in a different department. It's in the Aurora department, whereas Silver Sand is in the Potosi department of Bolivia. And we've drilled since July of 2021, 150 drill holes. Over 60,000 meters has been completed. And we've discovered with that drilling an extensive near-surface silver horizon. As I mentioned previously, it's 1,000 meters long, 800 meters wide, and the silver zone is up to 200 meters thick. And in bold there, which is critical, is we discovered that that's not everything. At depth, we started drilling and found a thick gold zone hosted in an intrusive rhyolite system. And every hole that we've put into that silver horizon has hit, and we've continuously hit gold mineralization as we've drilled it in the Central Valley. And this year we're completing a 15,000 meter program, which is still 5 rigs, so we're very active at Carangas. We're going to cut that drilling off at the end of March. Assays will trickle in April, and May, June, we're going to be publishing our initial resource estimate. So look for that as an extremely exciting catalyst, a significant milestone for this discovery, which is moving fast. And we also plan to release a PEA incorporating that resource estimate by the end of this year. This slide gives you a really nice overview of what we're seeing at Carangas. At surface is this extensive silver horizon. And then we zone into this lead zinc transitional area, and that's when we get into the gold and copper system at depth. This is a perfectly preserved system. One day this will be in a geological textbook somewhere, but right now we're focused on drilling and just understanding how big this system is. We think there's potential in particular at the southwestern extent of the silver zone close to surface, as well as in the gold system. We're continuing to step out to the northeast, which is the interpreted dipping direction of the gold zone. And the right intercept on the slide, hole 96, is one that we released a couple of weeks ago. We stepped out from hole 44, and hole 96 was an absolutely classic Carangas hole. At the top intercept, we went through the silver horizon, 164 meters at 94 grams per ton silver, through the lead zinc transition zone, and then bang, we hit the silver zone at depth, exactly where our geologists interpret it to be dipping. 520 meters at 1.24 grams per ton gold, including a high-grade subset, 50 meters at 4.5 grams and 34 meters at 3.3 grams per ton. Carangas continues to grow and continues to humble us, so please continue to watch the ongoing drilling at Carangas. We've also made note that there's another significant discovery that's been made recently, Filo del Sol project, which exhibits very similar zonation properties to what we see at Carangas, with the extensive silver horizon at surface and the gold copper enriched zone at depth. And when we see our discovery history, as well as the model that we're seeing validated by further drilling, to be very similar to what we see over there. And finally, we ran a suite of fatal flaw metallurgical tests early on in the discovery campaign at Carangas, and we're thrilled to report that there's no fatal flaws whatsoever in the metallurgy that we've uncovered thus far. In particular, the gold zone that we're drilling at depth, we tested both low sulfur and medium sulfur gold mineralization. They both returned over 98% through bottle roll. So this for us means that our geologists can continue to target this thing wherever they see the highest amount of prospectivity, and our mining engineers can take that resource estimate and not be concerned about any particular issues with regards to recovering this extensive mineralized system. And finally, just a snapshot of our capitalization. We're incredibly blessed to have a very strong shareholder registry. You saw my colleague Lon from Silvercorp presenting just before me. They own 28% of the company, have been there since day one. Pan American Silver, just under 10%. And management and board. Our CEO and founder, Dr. Rui Fang, owns just under 9% of the company. So as far as management and shareholders, there's an incredible degree of an alignment. And we've got some fantastic supporters that have been there from the early stage. And our market cap, $400 million, and we had $17 million of cash on our balance sheet at the end of December. So continue to watch us. We're making noise. These discoveries continue to grow and impress us. And as we move Silver Sand forward, Carangas is coming up just behind it. So in just 1 year's time, we're going to have 2 projects that are of significant scale, ready to potentially be put into production in the near term. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time and attention.